Thank you very much. Good evening. And thank you to Women at the Table for inviting a representative from Huairou Commission to share. And Jane is one of the leaders from our member group. So I'm very happy that a grassroots women leader that we supported is talking on behalf of the grassroots women that she works with. For those who are not familiar with Huairou Commission is actually a global coalition that facilitates the empowerment of grassroots women's organization by enhancing their community development practices and by creating pathway for them to exercise their collective political power from local to global. And we use 4 different strategies actually to work with and support the grassroots women organization who are members. The first one is actually strengthening grassroots women organizing and leadership. A second one is actually promoting development through awareness and local-led initiative. And the third is building constituencies and networking. The fourth one, influencing and changing public policies and processes. So I've been asked to share a frontline story. What happened? So maybe from my sharing, you can see what are the strategies that we are using. Yeah? I bring you to the Philippines, where we have groups. One of our member group there is called DAMPA, D-M-P-A. It's short for the women organizing at the poor community and solidarity among themselves. And DAMPA work with groups, grassroots-based group in over 250 communities across the Philippines. Now, one cluster of their activities actually concentrate in a community in Tanawan, Leyte, which is a community that have been impacted by the Haiyan typhoon in 2013. So after the devastation and the loss of lots of houses, properties, and all that, yeah, the grassroots women who have already been part of DAMPA and have organized themselves in saving groups, in mapping of their community and all that, says, okay, we have to rebuild. And we don't have everything and we don't have the full resources. So what do we do? So Huairou Commission, with a small support to them, provided seed funding because they have this idea about a community tool library, tools to build their houses, tools, because they don't have resources, everyone don't have resources to buy their own individual tools. And so they use the collective to actually purchase different types of tools that the community members can use. And this has become a library, tools library. And this tool library then also created the awareness for them to also maintain. And so members of the community can borrow the tools with a small fund. And the fund is to use to actually maintain these tools. So the tools is now growing, and other community are also borrowing from them, and other community are also replicating. And so the government also sees this as a very good initiative that women themselves, a organized group, actually supporting themselves and making changes and contributing to build back better for their community. Second thing that I would like to share is also another group in Metro Manila mapping their disaster and risk from flooding, because their community is along the river and there's always flooding. And they check and they did the mapping. Why? What are the reason why there's a lot of flooding? And they found that there are too many waste, garbage in their drains and all that. So they also organize themselves and self-help themselves to clean up. And this has been recognized by the barangay officials as a contribution, and they've been given funding to actually help them, help the community and maintain those drain and all that. And this is about, also accessing and making a difference and, giving their life, the whole community's life better, so that they are not affected by the flood. So I think that's two example, and I can give more and share more later. Thank you.
Thank you.